Okay, in the last tutorial we basically got to this point. We have a calendar control that's now talking to our data and updating our data for us. If I go and look at our browse, you'll see that as I update the data on the calendar, so it's changing the values here in the database. Okay, a couple of things. Notice that we still have the seven columns or the 7 days in this view, which is default behavior. We're now going to change that so that it only shows us 5 days to match our 5 strings, and we're going to change the format of these 5 strings so that rather than month 25 it includes, let's say, the month as well. Okay, all of that can be done if we go to our procedure properties, our control properties at least. If we go across to settings, you'll see there are a few basic settings here which we'll be expanding on later on. Workday starts at 7 AM, that's a default. Let's change that to 9 AM, seeing that this is Cape Town after all. That simply means that when the calendar opens up, it automatically adjusts itself so that 9 AM is at the top of the calendar. Okay, visible days per week. This we wanted to adjust from 7 days to 5 days, so it only shows us 5 days at a time. Okay, the date for column 1. By default this is today less 1, in other words yesterday. That means that the first column in our calendar will be yesterday when it first initializes. And then lastly, the column heading format. We said we wanted to change that to include the month. Alright, so they're just some very basic settings that can be made directly on the control. And you'll see our control now shows us 5 days. It didn't start at 9 AM. The reason for that is that as soon as the time marker goes out of view, the calendar will scroll down so that this is in view. But normally it would have opened there. Notice our strings, the format has changed. Okay, looking good. Alright, I'm going to go back into the source. Remember that so far we have only worked with one embed point, which is the JCal Init embed point, where we added this code. We're now going to go and find that code directly in the source. Okay, and if we just scroll up here a little bit, you'll see a couple of things. Down here is the code that we wrote, which was just some opening settings for JCal where we told it about our string controls. Just above that is some additional code which has been generated for us by the JCal template. Of particular interest right now is this line here, where it has set a property called columns shown to 5. Okay, that's the number of days that we wanted to see. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste it down here just a bit further down. I can change the value here from 5 to, let's say, 3. And what that will do is, even though it's been set to 5 over here, the code runs down. So it'll first be set to 5, and by the time it gets here it will then be set to 3, and that setting up there will have no effect. What we're doing here is I'm showing you how to use this init method to almost take what the template has done up here and to either change that in code or to set a whole bunch of other properties which the template doesn't expose for you. Alright, next time we will continue from here. Thanks for watching. Bye.